Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Rewind that. Let me start over. Welcome back to my channel. Rewind that. It's your girl, Miss K. If this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe if you like the vibe and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. All right, guys, today we are finally here for season 3, episode 1 of The Wire. It's been a long time coming. I'm excited and we're just going to have some fun. As you can see from our little, our new, what is this? It's a new thumbnail. We are very serious about no spoilers, aka no moochies. No moochies. We cannot have moochies. And speaking of moochies, I'm getting ready to welcome my girl. Get them hammers ready. Okay, you ready, girl? Hey.
Yo, what's up, y'all? Season 3, and we about to get it in. Let's go.
Yes. What's up, young boy, Savannah, Daria, KJ, Karen Jones? Yes, no moochies. Hey, Eric S. He said it's the best thumbnail ever. Yay! All right, guys. Now, before we get started, let me just say this, okay? Moochie, do you got your toolbox?
Yeah,
Because in your toolbox, you got the hammer,
and the screwdriver.
the screwdriver, and now you got the wrench. So that means that if anybody up in here want to start doing some spoilers, we're going to have to wrench your behinds up out of here. And
we just going to delete the comment and you're going to be timed out.
Yeah, we still love you. We still love you. We still love you. Okay, now as for Moochie, you know you got to put in the hammers. And for Miss K, you need to drop that breakfast clapper. Okay, don't forget, put the clappers in the chat. Put the clappers in the chat.
Yeah, I'm so glad you got it. Finally.
I know. I mean, you know, I already had it.
I just already here, but I forgot to bring it down.
I keep on, forgetting. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really be forgetting. I just don't. I just don't be getting it. All right, Jeremiah, what's up in Canada? Y'all got to pay attention to the small details better. Okay, why don't you start a channel and then you can do that yourself, okay? All right, now, because I can get smart right along with you. You feel me? Now, this season, it starts with episode number 1. Very, very excited about it. Now, as you can see, going across the scrolls. Okay, I'm gonna get out of the chat for right now, so you need to look in the chat.
All right, I got it.
Hold on.
Come on, support gaming, please. I don't want to put you out.
All right, support gaming. How come I can't get into the little I don't know. It's weird. Okay, there we go. Never mind. All right, so here we go. So we got this episode. It's called Time After Time, guys. And as you can see going down below, scrolling across, it says, Okay, we're just going to have to let that drop. It says, okay, don't matter. Okay, I got to wait for it to scroll across. I'm sorry. I feel terrible. So don't matter how many times you get burnt, you just keep doing the same. That's Bodhi, okay? And he said that in the very beginning of this episode as well. All right, when they were talking about, how one of the towers are being taken down, right? And he was making fun of Poot for getting burnt all the daggone time and stuff like that. So, do you want to say anything about this? Because now the towers are going down. Okay.
Look, we have the conversation about the towers, and now they like, well, where are we gonna sell our product now?
Right.
So that's the big what if right now.
The big what if. And one thing I have to say about this, though, is I felt like this was kind of unsafe.
Yeah, like, I don't think they thought this thing through.
Yeah, I'm like, how the heck you gonna tear a building down in front of a whole bunch of people? You had people up there like, hey, man, they was all happy and stuff. Then next thing you know, people over here coughing and everything. Like, yo, anybody could, how after 9/11, a lot of people
I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, a lot of people had all these like they developed all these complications and stuff like that. Like this was not smart at all. Okay, so I don't understand where they was coming from with that one, but we gonna leave it alone. So now we have this lady here because the lawmen are back. You know, they've been on the wire for like 6 months and they still have not heard Cheese's voice. Okay. They starting to see that these people are on it. Okay. And Prez was trying to figure out what the heck this person was saying. Prez
Mm-hmm.
and Freeman. And she turned around and was like, "They said if you don't do it, you don't get it to me, I'm gonna get it from somewhere else, right? Something like that, right?"
Mm-hmm.
So I said, "Okay, they done got themselves a hood translator up in here."
Yup. She already know. She know that be more slang. So she's
Yes.
just breaking it down to them. Okay.
And I
Okay.
was like, "Who this woman with these tickle bitties?" Like first, and then we found out that she is the translator.
Okay,
I'm sorry, you were saying something
Point
else.
Game, and she already explained why she didn't want the spoilers. She has not seen this show in years, and she wants the element of surprise. What's so hard about that?
I mean, this is the third season, and we've been doing this since what,
Yeah, I
last
know she
year?
does explained it.
And we done said it so many times, and we repeat it for the purpose of the new people coming in. If this is your first time to the channel, we do repeat it. So, but thank you guys for respecting that. I apologize if y'all want to talk about, but just stay in the moment with us and talk about this episode right here. I'm not in the chat because I'm sorry, I'm just not in the chat. But Moochie is, okay, because I feel like some of y'all might try to get slick, you know. But
Right.
anyway, so did you want to say anything else about this?
Look, Kara Jones called her the Hood Whisperer.
Uh,
I like that. But yeah, I like. Look, she's on point. I like this woman. She
mhm.
translates everything. She gives them the hood breakdown,
Yeah.
and you know, I just like her so far. I like her
Yes.
so far. She's a good part of the team. Love
Mhm.
you back, Savannah. And
Yes, love you. So we also learned that it's a face-to-face thing. This is the reason why they're having such a hard time
mm-hmm.
to get cheese. They want cheese because they know cheese leads to Proc Joe and then eventually Stringer Bell. So they just need that whole little chain. They need to go up the chain, honey. They just need all of that. All right. So there goes cheese. They just cannot get to this dude.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have this meeting, and I'm gonna let you talk about this, but I just want to say something about this freaking meeting that has so much order and structure. Like,
It's order
but
and
then, hold
structure.
on, hold on. But then he screws it up at the end. But I'm gonna say what I have to say. So he says, so with this meeting, right? You got rules. You got to raise your hand and be recognized by the chair. Then you stand up when you speak. Like when you are recognized, then you got to stand up, right? So there's a time I just want to fast forward to this part right here where he starts yelling and getting upset about what Poot says, and the dude in the back, I forgot what his name was, but he was like, "Yo, but he had the floor. Like, why are you yelling at him? He had the floor." Because obviously Stringer done broke his own freaking rules, and he
Mm-hmm.
over there yelling at the dude because he ain't like what he said, even though what he said made so much freaking sense.
It
So
did.
yeah, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and explain because I have but go
Look,
ahead.
Stringer is trying to conduct this like this is his business
Yes.
class, and I'm like, how you doing this with like you doing this from hood dudes that have probably not even done the ninth grade in high school.
Exactly.
Hey, what are you thinking? They like not even like they're not even on that level where you trying
No.
to take them right now.
Like, and that was the last thing that Avon said to him. The street is the street. Like, we're not talking about your little business stuff right now.
Yeah, like the street is the street. This ain't your business class. That's
No,
exactly.
yeah, like not your business class. Remember that.
Mm-hmm.
So this dude is he's not listening to him. He's trying to have his whole little structure going on with his class, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Raise your hand and all that. And so, people have some concerns, and Bodhi has his concerns, and then talking about the product and the territory. And Stringer says, when you have good product like we do, you're not gonna need you're gonna sell all the time, right? So then we meet Slim, and he's saying, what about when they basically come for us? You know what I'm saying? Like they're very concerned about the warring part of it, right?
Yeah, of course.
So ain't nobody trying to like are you forgetting that
You
if we
can't
go on
just come on
somebody's
somebody's
yeah,
corner.
just
I
go on
got you.
somebody's corner, go on somebody's territory, it's gonna be some issues. So Poot was basically trying to say the same thing, and he almost tried to bite his head off. So I feel like even with Slim's concerns, Stringer was still like, we're gonna do good, or we'll just deal with it when we get to that problem. You know what I mean? So that was that. Did you want to say anything else about this part? Can
No,
you hear me well?
I just thought it was funny. Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny. I thought it was funny when they was like, the chair ain't recognize you.
Right.
Recognize.
And then what's that? Bodhi was like raising his hand, like he's taking these kids back to freaking school. These kids, these men. It's funny. All right. So it was good to finally see we get these new characters. So every time we saw somebody new, I pretty much got that screenshot. Mm-hmm. Now I thought about you for some reason when these guys came. These are newbies, but then you had Bunny, right?
Right.
And I just put it in here. Like, do you want to say something about this? It's nothing big, but I just
look. And this is like a rookie conversation. Like you schooling them. Look, if you get lost like this and you need backup, if they can't find you, this could be hurtful to you.
Mm-hmm.
This could become a dangerous situation.
Right. And he was like, y'all need a compass and stuff like that. They didn't even know what the heck north was. Like, yo, y'all really need to need to learn up in here. So then when they get out of the office, of course you had Herc and Carver making fun of them, like this is an old speech that he gives to everybody or whatever he said. Mm-hmm. So that was just that. Don't know if I'll ever see these two guys again, but we'll see. So now we get to this freaking scene right here. And I hate this kid. I'm sorry. I hate to say hate, but I just don't like him. I'm tired of Johnny. So tired of Johnny.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's not a learning type of person. So that's what gets on my nerves about him. And he messes around, and I think the cart runs into this guy's car, and then Marlo comes out, and he's like, what's going on? Look what he did to my car,
He was like, you can do it or don't.
So I had to. Do it or don't, but I got someplace to be. And I was like, dang.
That introduction to him, like, look, the introduction, you took the words right out of my mouth, young boy. That's the introduction where you could see the smoothness with Marlo when he first comes on the scene. So I love that part about it.
I always hated Marlo.
I liked him, but then I didn't like him.
Hated this guy. He was so like, it's just
I liked him being
the
antagonist, I should say, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I just couldn't stand this kid. So we'll see how it goes. All right. We'll see if there's anything he does that changes my mind, but no, nothing he does changes my mind. I don't think so. Because I know exactly why I'm saying I don't like him. But this was a serious quote for me, and I was like, "Oh, I got to grab it. I got to grab it." Okay. All right. So yeah, like let's go. And I wonder why the guy decided not to do it. Like all right, he said you got to go somewhere, so maybe we don't got time to get up. They don't clean bodies up. They just leave bodies on the street. Whatever. So because of this, I forgot. So we can talk. About Bubs and finish with it because I don't have any more screenshots with him. I don't think.
Oh, look, the way they made them leave with no pants. He was like, you gotta give me something. And then all of a sudden you see them walking with that shopping cart and no pants.
Right.
And he like, look, we gotta go to Kmart.
They gotta get and they were like, y'all don't got no pants. Like, so this whole thing just once again. It's on. Bubbles is like, I cannot do this anymore. Like, I'm getting tired. And that's one thing you could say about Bubbles is he's not happy being, this addict. It's just something that you can see he can't help. We've seen him try to get help before and stuff like that, and he just got right back on it. But this dude,
I
Johnny,
think that was
is
off of
not.
the shooting with Kima. He got back on it the way he got roughed up.
Yeah, it's not. This dude Johnny though is not somebody that he needs to be around
Yeah, he doesn't
because
want to stop.
he doesn't want to stop at all. So that's why I'm like, you
And
gotta,
are we going to the next thing where we're just gonna get Bubs out the way for this? Because
yeah, get him out the way.
with this, once they did get the once they went to the middleman, they didn't really make any money. They had to pay the dude back. Then they couldn't even get get they stuff to get high. And it wasn't even enough. He was like, I'm not like he was like,
He
I
was
went
like,
through
I'm
all of
not
this.
even
It's not
high.
even worth it.
Yeah, and it
Like,
was like I almost got killed. What do you think this? I'm not trying to do this. So I was just like, yeah, you gotta get away from this dude, Johnny. First of all,
definitely.
that's the number one step. Remove yourself from this guy. All right. So we also meet Karketti, aka Littlefinger, and he does not have the accent at all, Westeros. But so he's a councilman, and we do see that he tries to get into is it Burrell's ear, right? Burrell, Irv, and tell him that if you need to, you're not getting what you need from the mayor, then you could actually backdoor him to me, right? And he's like, I'm okay. I'm definitely not doing that. And he did go to the mayor and tell him about this little side offer, right? And they're trying to figure out how to get rid of him. I don't have no more screenshots with that either. So you could talk about all that too, and get to move that right on out the way as well.
Well, look, he is gonna take him up on his offer, but he's not gonna include him in the backdoor thing.
What you mean he's gonna say? Did you just do a spoiler?
No, I didn't. You said you said you talking about this whole thing and it was in the episode.
Oh, I don't remember that.
When they came in, he didn't know they was gonna that the press was gonna be there.
Are you talking about Karketti?
Yeah.
But this is after the meeting, like when they went to like the coffee shop or something like that. He said to Burrell, he said you can if you want a backdoor.
You're confusing me now. Do you want, because you're talking about Burrell, but I'm asking you about the other high ranking officer that was
I'm
there.
just talking about Burrell and
Okay.
and Karketti. All right, so this situation here, they gonna call a timeout. Why this man? There, first of all, I guess his presence just means y'all gotta stop playing. The man is crossing the fields. Stop. I was like, this is amazing.
Showing you how much pull he got in there.
Yes, I was like, yo, are you kidding me? And then that's when we see Cuddy and we see my man Weebay again. Now I'm gonna let you say what you gotta say on this part, but Weebay, he's about to, Cuddy, he's about to get out. He did 14 years in there. He killed somebody named Elijah in broad daylight or whatever. Like he's somebody that pretty much he about that life. But they could see that dude might be changing or whatever. But the whole point is, this is what I wanted to say. When they was talking about getting out, I actually felt bad for Weebay. Because if you really think about it, he's listening to Cuddy, oh, it's his last day. Then you hear Avon talking about, yeah, I'm about to get out, once I have this parole here and it's going, it's looking good, this and that. I was like, that is a shame. I actually feel bad for Weebay.
He got life, right?
Yeah.
So he's in there.
So go ahead, Muchi.
He's in there. They want to set him up when he touched down, he's gonna be ready to hit the streets running with this G-Pad. So he's like, look, I'm gonna give you this number. You call it, and yada yada yada, blah blah blah. You gonna get put on.
Right. So he's like, all right, like he hardly wanted to take the number and he walked off or whatever. So they looking like, yo, I don't know. I feel like this inside must have changed him. That's what Avon is saying. And that's when we kind of hear the backstory a little bit through Weebay, like, nah, he did this, that, and the third. He ain't changed. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, I thought he would have been like, he's not, what was the word that they was using? He's not
Like you don't.
breaking.
Yeah,
He's not breaking. I thought he was gonna say,
I think he got broke in here. That's
yeah.
what he said.
And so I wish that he would have said, nah, he ain't broken, he's just changing. That's what I thought he was gonna say. But he just said he ain't broke, he ain't broken or whatever. And I mean, I don't, no, never mind. I was gonna say I don't see how they can't see that, but hey, some people don't want to do it. So this is just a reminder. Shh, no spoilers. It's just added in there. So now we get a call. They're at a game, a baseball game.
Right.
Bunk and Mcnulty. And we see that Mcnulty's girl, his ex, got herself a man who looks very corny, by the way, but she looks like she's happy with him. Okay, that's all that matters.
Yeah,
You know,
he's probably somebody that come home every night, don't come home pissy
right,
drunk like
right.
Mcnulty used to.
Yes,
Probably coming home pissy drunk, smelling like someone's perfume.
exactly. So,
everything.
yep. And so, unfortunately, the streets are wreaking havoc while they're watching this game, and they get called to a homicide. And one cop is like, well, call Bunk. And they're like, oh, it's Bunk's days off. Who screw his day off? So here we go. They called Bunk on his freaking day off, and he has to go in because they got 5 murders in one night. And so this sends Rawls into a whole freaking frenzy, and he's like, we got to get the murder rate down because the murder rate done went up severely. So that's, did you want to say anything about that?
Oh, well, the murder rate, I think the murder rate went up because the towers went down. So now you got this inner fighting over territory.
Yeah. So now we have Cuddy, and he's out and about, and he's looking, he's trying to make that connection, get that package and everything. You want to talk about that? You don't, I mean, just,
yeah, so he makes the phone call, and they like, you meet us here at XYZ, and we got you.
Right.
So he
and when he,
up, oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I
don't want to go too far ahead. I'm like being careful.
Oh, just don't go. Just don't go to the end.
No, I'm just gonna stay right there with it. I'm gonna stay right in this pocket. You got it. I'll piggyback off.
Okay, so basically, he gets the package and he takes it home and he's looking at it and he's just like, okay. So he's still scoping out the neighborhood and just all the operations going on, and he sees this one kid and he's like, yo, you look like you're the one that's basically in charge over here. So can you move this package for me? Like, he wants to sell the package that he has, right? And the guy is like, I don't know if you a cop, this and that, whatever. So he said, no, I just got out from doing 14 years and stuff like that. So the dude is like, well, let's do 50-50. He said, no, like, 60-40, whatever. So he said, all right, give it to him. They made a deal. He said, give it to the guy over there, the shorty over there, and he's good for it, and you come back and get it. And when he said that, I was like, oh my gosh.
That's Fruit that was telling him all of that. That's what they saying.
Huh?
Fruit
is the one with the hat. Yeah, I was like, yo,
Marlo the respect for holding it down and making it out there. Okay, here you go with the, never mind. Don't even read it.
No, I'm not even in there. You can't read it out loud because I'm not in the chat. So and just hammer it, just get the wrench out.
I did.
So now we see that this dude, him and his wife are separated. Remember in last season we saw that there was some stuff going on, like the bed, they wasn't even sleeping in the same bed. Now he done found out that Marla is running for like city council or something like that, councilwoman or something. And so now she asked him to come over so they could keep up this little front in front of everybody to help with her campaign. And so he comes in there, and then it's like he was pretty much hiding. It's like he wasn't really there like that. He was hiding upstairs, It didn't even look like he could go into the freaking room. He was like
I
in the
know he wasn't
hallway.
even in his old bedroom. He just was
Yeah.
chilling in the hall. Like,
I
let
was
me just sit up here and then I'm gonna just leave when it's all done.
right. I was like, oh wow. Like, did it really come to this? It's kind of drastic, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
That's sad. But he was like, she's like, I'm sorry that, we got to do it like this. But, and he said, no, it's all right. You hung in there with me, during my career. So it's okay. So that was,
I
they're,
like the way they came to a solution with it and they're working together, even though they're not together.
yeah. Oh, it's kind of sad. So we have McNulty, right? And throughout this episode, he was trying to, like, he wanted to continue to push. You know how he is. He wants to push and push and push, but because they pretty much hit a dead end, they're like, Daniels is like, I'm not about to do no like ask for an extension on a case that's going nowhere, right? And Rhonda was like, we could just make some arrests on what we got right now. And McNulty's like, no, this and that, so you know how he is. He starts to do his thing where he wants to continue to dig. You want to say something? Sorry.
He annoyed me.
Yeah.
This is when he was starting to annoy me. Look, you can't get the stringer bell. They not talking on the phones like how they do. And the person that is talking the most on the phone
is Drac.
Is Drac, and he not he's the nobody.
Yeah. So speaking of that, they were trying to do this little like trick or this method where they trying to do like some mid-level type of situation where they get rid of Drac, right? And they're trying to see that if they grab him off the streets, that there's going to be some type of promotion taking place. But he's still running his freaking mouth. Like, when somebody didn't understand what he was saying, he said cocaine.
Yeah, he was like, that girl, when he got, the girl, and the girl.
When he got locked,
nigga, cocaine.
Right. When he got locked up or got arrested, he's on the phone talking trash, like, and he's like, "Oh, who he gonna get? He gonna get that nigga cheese, this and that, like, and that fat MF, I'm his nephew or something like that." I don't know. I'm just like, yo,
on his mama's side, because even the listening,
they know. Oh my gosh, I said this is a shame, but so far, nowhere. It didn't do nothing. So now this dude is like, look, he wants to continue to go, and they just like, whatever, like, oh, because it's just you against the world, right? So they leave him there. He's still burning the midnight oil. Prez comes in and he sees him. He got the old Barksdale box out, the files and stuff. We see a picture of poor Wallace. We see a picture of D'Angelo, and I'm like, oh man, they are really bringing out, they're reminding us of what was going on in season 1 and all that these
I know.
these
So
guys.
he's like, what was his quote? Do you have the quote or no?
No.
If you don't remember what you did in the past, you know not to do it in the future. It was something like that. I'm sure young boy or Cannibal know the exact quote, but it was something similar to that.
We need God conscious,
everything.
God conscious in here. He's not here. God
conscious.
conscious.
Yeah, he's not here. Oh, okay.
He would have had it. So all right, but the point is that he's digging again. Okay. And we already know how that's gonna go. Like, when it comes to him digging, he's gonna continue to dig.
He's relentless with it, y'all.
Yeah,
you know that.
Yeah. So now, let me see if there's something I missed before we move on. Karketti, McNulty's ex, Marla. Okay, yeah. So now we get to this scene, and he's trying to come back, Cuddy. He's trying to come back for his money now.
Mm-hmm.
And what you said, the dude name is Fruit.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, oh, there was something happened. The cops got your stuff, blah, blah, blah. So he brings up some old school method, like, so where's the report number, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, what? So he said, back in the day, that's what we used to do. If that's what somebody said, if a dealer said that cops got the stuff or whatever, we had a report number or something, if that was the case. I could, I'm probably off, but whatever, you get it. And he was just like, you need to, like, basically, it's time for you to get out my face. So, man, like, he put he didn't say old man, but you know how that's how he was acting.
Mm-hmm.
You starting to get on my nerves and stuff. So basically letting it be known that he got jacked, and he was like, all right, he didn't say nothing. He just looked at him and walked off, and he told him, yeah, walk it off, old school mother. What did he say? Old school clown or something? What
Yeah,
did he
he
say?
called him an old school clown.
Wow. I was so annoyed with this because after hearing the type of person that Cuddy is, I wanted him to do something. And I was hoping that in this episode that he was going to come back and do something. But I was
He
like,
seemed like he
oh
was tempted though, right? He wasn't flinching or nothing when
no,
the
he
guy
wasn't.
pulled the hammer out.
No,
He
he
was just
was.
like, yeah, all right, like
Yeah.
boy, you don't know who I used to be.
Yes, that's what I was saying, and I'm like, can you please show him who you used to be? Please show him. So I was like, all right, this makes me want to go ahead and watch the next episode, but that don't mean nothing gonna happen in the next episode. So I'm just like, let me just go ahead and let me relax, and that's just that. Okay, we just gonna relax.
Mm-hmm.
So that was pretty much that. Did you have anything that you wanted to talk about that we missed?
What did we? Oh, with that scene.
With anything? Oh, okay.
With that whole scene, it was just like I felt the same way you felt. Like, boy, you don't know who I used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And he seemed like he trying to clown him, but he doesn't realize what this dude was. This dude was a hitter.
Yeah,
he was a hitter back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of Avon's soldiers. That's why Avon hooked him up like that. So moving on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So that's that. I don't have anything else. We about to wrap it up.
Okay, the last thing I do want to cover is what's his name? The Butch, the lieutenant when he rolled through the town,
mm-hmm.
and the young boy came up to his car like he was a customer.
Yes.
And he put the radio there.
Yo.
Dude still like, offer him whatever he gotta offer him. And then he puts the hat on and he like, yo, you ain't know that's 5
Yeah. They was like, you little rookie, like, oh my gosh. Oh, speaking of another situation with Bunny in it, when he had the nerve to say to Rawls, like, just how do we stop a body, or how do we get rid of bodies, or what did he say? Something like that he asked, because they trying to come up with this new thing where, they want a certain amount, like we got to bring it, and if you can't bring it, or you can't do that, then we're going to find some people that do. And so he would ask the question, like, just how are we supposed to what did he say? How are we supposed to stop a body?
They
get rid of a body?
Down the crime rate.
I know,
so
but what is the words that he said? How do we stop a body? Get rid of it? I forgot how he said. Just how do you
downgrade a body?
He said something else. But the point is, Rawls was not happy about him asking that question, and they looked at him like, "Are you okay?" Like, who asked him if you okay? Was it Valchek?
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you all right? Like, how you gonna ask him some question like that? He said, man, please, I'm about to retire. What can they do to me? Mm-hmm. I was like, oh my gosh. But he was right though, because it's like, what do you expect them to do? The body count is up. Yes. So it's like what you want them to be there? Like on every, do y'all even have the budget? Exactly. To freaking, you know what I'm saying? To make sure, like, y'all don't even seem like y'all got the budget. You're always talking about how poor the city is and stuff. So how you gonna stop this? So I guess now what happened was they was just bringing folks in on anything, loitering, all that. I think that's what Carver and Herc was saying. Like, we just bringing folks in. And then earlier, Carver and Herc fell for some stuff where they thought that they had a whole strategy. Mm-hmm. The kid didn't have nothing, but they still beat him up, which was a shame. So, but that was pretty much that. Was a okay.
I thought it was good for an opening episode. We getting a lot of new characters. We
Yeah.
getting because this is the first time we're introduced to Marlo. So
Mm-hmm.
we're getting an introduction to him and his crew, but we don't really know what he's
He don't
about
even,
yet.
yeah, he don't even look like nobody that you could care about, honestly. We
Yeah,
didn't,
right.
only reason why we interested because we know exactly who he is, but his little intro was really,
Yeah, it was like basic.
yeah.
But
Only
I
reason
like the
why,
fact that we just seeing a peek of him. We haven't seen him we haven't seen the full effect of him yet.
yeah. So, but that was that. It was okay for me. It wasn't all that. It was a regular season premiere.
Okay. Cannabis says, "Oh my God, who you skip here, Carver? Well, what? I don't understand what you saying in this. Oh
Okay.
my OMG, who did you skip here? And Carver, we will beat you longer and harder." Okay, when he
when he was on top of the car doing
but
that
I think
whole,
he's agitating the lieutenant. He's agitating him with his brutality methods. And him driving to that Shaft music.
Yeah. I was like, what is he doing?
I was like, no. He was like, really? Like, he really think he's a complicated man and nobody understands him but his woman.
Yeah.
He think he John Shaft.
I was like, what in the world?
Shut your mouth.
Oh gosh. All right, y'all. That's pretty much that for today. We're gonna get out of here and just make sure you come back for next week's episode.
Yeah, this is the season that everybody wanted to skip to. So y'all better come on in. If you here for the replay, hit hashtag replay and join us next week because we're gonna be on it. We're gonna be on it and no spoilers. I'm trying not to go too far ahead. I'm trying to keep my mouth closed, okay? Anywho.
Talk to you guys later. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. Until next time, take care and be blessed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. All righty.